For how you would set up your desktop wallpaper if you didn't set it up when we started class last time. So you click New, and then the settings were 1440 by 900, and you have to make sure that you're in pixels. And then we're going to jump our resolution up to 300 and hit Create. This gives us a blank canvas, and then we can see our layers panels over here. Currently this is white, but if you want to change it to be a different color, you can go to this fill bucket right here. If you don't see the fill bucket, you might see the gradient tool first. You just hold that down and you can flip to your paint bucket. Right here is where you can pick the color. The top one's the one you want to click, and then you can change it to a different color. Click on a color, hit OK, make sure you're in the background layer, and you can fill it with color. Then we can start adding layers to our layers panel so we can have our different pictures and images. So I'm going to go to my pictures folder because that's where I've saved some of my JPEG images. So I'm going to use quick view, remember spacebar, to look through some of my pictures. So I'm going to grab these two pictures of my family. I'm going to drag it on to my screen, and then I can resize it. Currently with the X, it's in transformation mode. So I can resize it without holding shift and it will lock it into proportion. So I'm going to shrink this down a little bit, move it where I want it to go. Make sure you get the black move tool in the center, and then to get out of transformation mode, I can do one of two things. I can hit return on my keyboard, or I can come up here and hit the check mark up at the top. I like to use return. And then now I can still move this picture. Oh, it doesn't want me to right now, but I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. I can still move it. I just need to switch tools. I need to get this move tool up here. And then now I can still move this picture. I just can't resize it unless I go to transformation mode, which is Command T on your keyboard, or edit free transform right here, Command T. So I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller because it was about too big of my canvas. Then I'm going to hit return, and I'm going to go get my second picture. And these might be in your downloads folder. I put mine in my pictures folder. I'm going to grab that picture of my kids and drag it on. Then I'm going to resize it. Remember, I no longer have to hold shift. It auto keeps my proportions for me now. Get that in the right spot and hit return. And now you can see in my layers panel, I'm getting more layers. If I take this picture of my kids and drag it underneath my family picture, it will get covered up. So you got to make sure that your layers stay in the right order over here on this side. Now I'm going to go grab some PNGs from Safari. So I did a Google image search for Starbucks coffee. I set my tools and my color to transparent. So I'm going to see if any of these will be a PNG. So I'm going to click on this one. It does turn into a PNG. So I'm going to move it out of the way here and drag it right onto my canvas. And so now I have a PNG of the Starbucks coffee cup. To resize it, I'm going to go Command T on my keyboard and then shrink it down. Hit return to place it. Come back over to Safari, and I have another tab. I searched for pizza, and I set my tools and my color to be transparent. Let's get a pizza that looks pretty good. Oh, there's my favorite, pineapple and Canadian bacon. Make sure it's a PNG, and then drag it onto my canvas. So way too big, so I'm going to do Command T and resize that pizza and kind of move it over here. And I think I want it back behind my coffee cup. So I'm going to hit return and then drag that layer underneath my coffee cup. So now I have my two things that are like my favorite food and my favorite drink in close proximity, my two pictures in close proximity. Maybe I could even add another thing that my family likes to do over here. And that's how you're going to get started on your desktop wallpaper. When you're finished for today, just make sure you go to File, Save. Currently, we're going to save it as a Photoshop file. So we make sure this right here says Photoshop. I'm going to go to my Documents, find your Unit 1 folder. Mine's inside Interactive Media. Yours probably is not. There's Unit 1. Make sure you save this as Desktop Wallpaper. And I'm going to do 7th hour just because I have more than one. And I'm going to hit Save and then hit OK. Then if you're ready to save this as your actual assignment to turn in, you need to export it as a JPEG. So you'll go back up to File, Save As, drop down where it says Photoshop to be JPEG. The extension will change on the name, which is perfect. Keep it the same name with JPG and hit Save. And then you'll hit OK. Then inside your Finder, inside that Unit 1 folder, so I'm going to go navigate to mine real quick. Mine is inside Interactive Media, Unit 1. There's my JPEG file. There's my Photoshop file. you only want to upload JPG files to the assignment. So that's what you'd turn into Classroom right there. You can also right click on it and go down to Set Desktop Picture, and you can turn your newly created desktop wallpaper into the background of your computer.